On April 4, 2025, President Trump announced a series of new tariffs on imported goods. The tariffs target a wide range of products from various countries, potentially reshaping global trade flows. The administration argues these measures are necessary to protect American jobs and businesses. However, critics fear the tariffs could spark a global trade war with unintended consequences for the global economy. In 2018, the US imposed tariffs on billions of dollars worth of goods from China, sparking retaliatory tariffs from Beijing. While a trade deal was signed in 2020, tensions remain high. The new tariffs signal a continuation of President Trump's protectionist approach to trade. The COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine have already disrupted supply chains and dampened global demand. The new tariffs are likely to add fuel to the fire, potentially leading to higher prices for consumers and businesses alike. The coming months will be crucial in determining the full extent of these tariffs on the global economy. At the heart of President Trump's new trade policy lies a 10% baseline tariff on all imports to the United States. This tariff, effective April 5, 2025, represents a significant departure from previous US trade policy. Unlike targeted tariffs aimed at specific countries or industries, this baseline tariff impacts goods from all corners of the globe. The burden of this tariff will fall primarily on companies importing goods into the US. These companies, ranging from multinational corporations to small businesses, will now face increased costs for importing everything from raw materials to finished products. Businesses will face pressure to raise prices for consumers, potentially leading to inflation. The administration argues that this tariff is necessary to level the playing field and protect American jobs. However, critics argue that this blanket approach is likely to harm American consumers and businesses more than it helps. The true impact of this baseline tariff remains to be seen, but its implementation marks a significant shift in US trade policy. The Trump administration has imposed customized tariffs on around 60 countries for unfair trade practices. These tariffs range from 20 to 54%, targeting specific countries and products. The aim is to address trade imbalances and protect American interests. Major trading partners like China, the EU, and Japan are affected. China faces an additional 54% tariff. The EU faces a 20% tariff. Japan faces a 24% tariff. Retaliation could lead to higher prices and economic uncertainty. While the baseline tariff and customized tariffs have wide-ranging implications, Canada and Mexico have been spared from the additional 10% tariff. This exemption reflects the complex trade relationship between the US and its North American neighbors. Canada and Mexico are parties to the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, known as the USMCA, which replaced the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, in 2020. The USMCA governs a significant portion of trade between the three countries and includes provisions aimed at reducing trade barriers and promoting economic integration. Existing tariffs and frameworks related to specific issues such as fentanyl trafficking and border security remain in place. The decision to exempt Canada and Mexico from the new baseline tariff suggests a desire to maintain stability in North American trade relations. However, the potential for future trade disputes between the US and its neighbors remains. The implementation of President Trump's new tariffs marks a significant escalation in his administration's protectionist trade policy. The tariffs, which target a wide range of goods and countries, have the potential to reshape global trade flows and impact the global economy in unforeseen ways. The baseline tariff, while impacting all countries, will likely have a more muted effect on those exempt from the customized tariffs. However, the customized tariffs, targeting specific countries and products, are likely to have a more significant impact. These tariffs could spark retaliatory measures from targeted countries, leading to a tit-for-tat escalation of trade barriers and potentially derailing the fragile global economic recovery. Businesses and consumers alike are bracing for the impact of these tariffs. Higher prices, reduced consumer choice, and job losses are just some of the potential consequences of this protectionist trade policy. The coming months and years will be crucial in determining the full impact of these tariffs on the